Hi, this is Harrison, recording live from the west side of YMCA. It is going to be a good one today because we're going to have a virtual event. It's really fun.
Welcome, everyone, to our 2021 Virtual Annual Campaign Kickoff. I'm Kathy Wooker, the Annual Giving Director for our YMCA. As much as I wish we could all be together kicking off our campaign in person, I am thankful we can still be together virtually to motivate and inspire you to share the Y story and raise support for our annual campaign. Whether this is your first time volunteering or if you've been helping us for many years, we are lucky to have you as part of our Y family. Thank you to each and every one of you for committing your time and talent to our campaign. You are joining 250 other volunteers and staff as we work together to raise funds that will allow our Y to continue to help our community recover and thrive this next year. I'd like to introduce Chris Stiles, our campaign chair and chief volunteer officer.
Hello, everybody. My name is Chris Stiles. I'm the Chief Volunteer Officer for the Greater Green Bay YMCA. As a fellow volunteer, I'm honored to serve you as your annual campaign chair again this year, and would like to thank you on behalf of the YMCA Board of Directors. Since our early beginnings in 1871, the Y has been a force for good in our community, leading and facilitating positive community impact. Over the years, we've grown and evolved and responded to the unique needs of our community. In the early years of our existence, the Y answered the need in our community by pioneering social services, including housing, meals, vocational training, and education to prepare young boys and young men for life. We invented sports such as basketball and volleyball and led the way in fitness. We've taught kids how to swim, given kids a strong start and a safe place to go, and campers of all ages and abilities have explored the outdoors. We've built a few buildings and even more bridges to connect and support our community and people. Then in 2020, the pandemic challenged our Y's mission to meet our community's needs. Though our buildings have never completely defined us, much of what the Y offers takes place within our walls. So when our doors closed last March, we paused for a brief moment and then quickly pivoted to find new ways to serve our community. We made a pledge that we would reemerge even stronger than before the pandemic. 2021, it's a new year, and the Greater Green Bay YMCA proudly celebrates 150 years of strengthening our community. Our Y looks different today than it did in 1871, and for all intents and purposes, it looks different than it did in 2020. However, our mission remains the same. Tonight, you're going to hear some awesome stories on how we responded during the crisis, how we're helping our community not only recover, but thrive. None of this would have been possible without all of you. As campaign volunteers who play a vital role in helping share the Y story to your family, your friends, your colleagues, and other Y community members. Every dollar you raise will help bring hope to someone in our community. And for that, we're deeply, deeply grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for volunteering. And remember, our Y has been here for our community then, now, and always. So take that mission out to the streets. Good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for your willingness to lead this campaign, especially during these challenging times. Now, a few words from our president and CEO, Sean Elliott.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for all you do for the Greater Green Bay YMCA. You know, as we get set to kick off our 2021 annual support campaign, I can't help but reflect on where we were at our 2020 campaign just 12 short months ago. I know it seems like 100 years ago to all of us, but I still remember that cold February night where 300 of us gathered at the Automobile Gallery down in downtown Green Bay. Some of the best staff, campaigners, and volunteers a YMCA will ever have at its disposal gathered to launch our first ever $1 million annual support campaign. I remember that night. It was filled with excitement, it was filled with engagement, impact stories, and just a lot of fun. I remember driving home that night thinking, you know what, that was a special night with some very, very special people. And I don't think any of us knew in 6 weeks we'd all be faced with one of the biggest challenges our community would ever face with the COVID-19 pandemic. If you'd have told me that night, fast forward 12 months to present day, take a look back and take an impact inventory of what our YMCA organization was able to accomplish in 2020, I'm not sure I would have thought it was possible, whether it was learning academies, blood drives, working with the homeless, or any number of community outreach programs that we launched on the fly to deal with the COVID pandemic and serve this great community. It was absolutely astounding. I've actually been asked recently, what was the defining moment for your organization in 2020? Well, that's pretty easy. It was right here. No, not in this office. On that cold night in 2020 in the automobile gallery, when a group of special people made a commitment, they made a promise to serve as many people as we possibly could through our annual support campaign and keep our promise as a YMCA that we would never turn anybody away for an inability to pay. My hope and my prayer is that this year's kickoff will also serve as the defining moment for 2021. I'm confident that it will be, and I'm confident in all of the staff, volunteers, and campaigners that are with us tonight. Last thing I want to say is share a quote with you that was shared with me during the COVID-19 pandemic that helped sustain me through some pretty dark moments. And that's, never lose faith in the end of the story. And while the end of the COVID-19 story in our community has not been written and is not yet known, what is known is this: the Greater Green Bay YMCA will continue to meet challenges in the community that COVID-19 provides to serve kids, to serve families, and to serve this community to the best of our ability. Your generosity has an impact, and your gift changes lives, and we need your support now more than ever. So I'm going to end this video the same way I started it, appropriately by saying thank you to all of you for all that you do, for our YMCA, for our annual campaign, and this great community. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Sean. You made a good point. One positive thing about kicking off our campaign is we don't have to worry about the weather. We have had some snowy kickoffs in past years. Now I'd like to share how our Y has responded to the pandemic through the help of our campaign and the support of all of you. Our hope is that you'll learn something new tonight or feel passionate about one of our programs that you'll be able to share with your potential donors throughout the campaign. Our community relies on nonprofits like the Y, especially in challenging times. We've been a part of this community since 1871, and we're not going anywhere. Through good times and tough times, the Y has continued to provide essential services to all who need it. Our Y of yesterday was friends playing basketball, families in the pool, kids learning new skills, and adults working on their healthy lifestyle. These programs and spaces have connected us to the community for generations. But when our doors closed last March, as Chris mentioned, we paused for a brief moment and then knew the answer was service. Our mission has always been bigger than our buildings, and during the pandemic, we've pivoted our resources quickly and focused our efforts to best support our community so we could recover together. Though the pandemic has presented us with significant challenges, we responded with our commitment to help our community recover, be resilient, and offer hope to ensure that the Y is available for all, then, now, always, and forever. One of the first ways we responded was to be there for working families and essential workers. It was our job to make sure children were cared for and nurtured safely as we served 30 children per day March through the beginning of June. As the pandemic continued through summer, it created a tremendous amount of uncertainty around the upcoming school year. We knew the effects it would have on kids would be great with all the loss of activity, increased screen time, and possible exposure to stress at home. We were thinking ahead about what role the Y could play in making kids not only be resilient, but thrive through all of this, and the idea of the Y Learning Academy was formed. The program was designed to provide a safe, fun, and nurturing environment for children who are taking part in virtual learning and provide much-needed childcare for parents. The program provides students with a supportive setting to engage with their respective school teachers and curriculum, and to enhance learning with Y fun, such as physical activity, healthy snacks, mindfulness and movement time, peer time, and enrichment after-school clubs like art, STEM, and games. We currently serve 185 kids representing 32 Brown County schools. Let's take a sneak peek into the Y Learning Academy.
YMCA, it gave it to me. 3 meals a day, socialization with other kids and peers, structure that I wanted with the teachers still being able to not have them come back to school like wild bandies. Right now, I can go back to it. I took the 12 weeks FMLA that was added, so it could be able to, so I can be at home. But with this transitioning and them starting and whatnot, I haven't been able to go back to work. But now I can. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can.
You can't tell, but underneath their masks are big smiles. With school being virtual, our 21C program reinvented itself to help provide safe, fun, and engaging activities virtually after school each day. We thought of new ways to collaborate with community partners, such as dropping off art and science supplies, so students can participate in hands-on learning from their home. We currently have 125 students joining us virtually after their school day. With all the changes kids have been faced with virtual learning, we wanted to take away the stress of not having to worry where their next meal was coming from. Through a partnership with the Green Bay School District, all of the Y Learning Academy students are eligible for lunch while at the program, as well as breakfast and dinner to take home. Our staff and volunteers pick up the food and prepare it. Over 175 lunches are served daily, and 145 breakfasts and dinners are sent home each day. We know that students learn and behave better when their bellies are full, and that kids shouldn't have to worry on the weekends about food. During our traditional school year, on Thursdays, YMCA volunteers pack food bags to send home with 575 students enrolled in our 21C after-school program. Even though our 21C program has been virtual this year, we are continuing to help fight hunger insecurity by delivering 250 weekend food bags a month to students. Camping runs deep in our history. Being founded in 1937, YMCA Camp Unalaya has been connecting families, students, and campers to the outdoors for generations. Camp has a rich history as the place of friends and a culture of inclusion and character development that continues to grow year after year. Camp offers programs to develop self-esteem, acceptance of all, and respect for our environment. In our 84 years of resident camp, never could we imagine having to cancel camp in back-to-back summers. Our staff were devastated and quickly created a way to safely welcome families this past summer, allowing them to create memories and that will last a lifetime. Our camp staff have been hard at work and preparing to safely offer resident camp this next summer and create the best summer ever for our campers. With so many sports and normal activities being canceled this past summer, we knew we had to find a way for kids to have fun, be physically active, and connect to their peers. So we found a way to offer day camp at our Westside Y. By implementing new safety procedures and a lower camper to staff ratio, we helped create a sense of normalcy. We haven't just focused on making sure our youth thrived. Helping people of all ages recovered has been our focus since the pandemic started. We know at the Y, being healthy means more than simply being physically active. It's about maintaining a balanced spirit, mind, and body. At the Y, a supportive community is a big part of wellness. Our staff were quickly thrown into the virtual world and learned how to serve, motivate, and connect others by offering free classes online. Since March, we have offered over 600 virtual classes and have engaged with 5,000 Y and community members. When we did open our doors in June, we continued to offer virtual classes for those that were not ready to come back to the Y quite yet. We didn't just stop with serving our members at the Y. We're always thinking of others. We came up with ways to be there for our entire community, and we partnered with St. John's Homeless Shelter to provide shower facilities for their guests. They were having their own challenges with the pandemic, and this was one way we could lessen their burden. This partnership inspired our staff to give back even more, and they have provided meals and served meals at the shelter this winter. Our gyms became spaces for the American Red Cross to host blood drives. Since March, the blood drives we have hosted have collected 550 life-saving units, potentially saving 1,650 lives. We have committed to hosting 24 blood drives in 2021. These are just a few ways we have shifted to help serve our community during this challenging time. The resilience of our community has never been more important. Tyler shares how the Y has played an important part of his journey.
It
is Tyler Kapla, and this is just a little bit of my inspiring story to hopefully help you do the best you can. With coming back to the Y in my late 20s to lose weight to try to get my knee fixed, and I lost 150 pounds, and then within a month to 2 months of that, this lovely thing started. I had a bone spur that had to be removed, which got infected, and it led to 10 surgeries in 800 days. I had 2 ankle fusions, multiple bone biopsies, and then one day the decision had to be made to remove the foot because it was time to let go. And sometimes you have to be pruned in life to grow. And then once I was able to come back to working out, I came right back to the Y because this is home to me. This is where, like, it gives me goosebumps. This is where all the best things that I could have become were built. This is the cornerstone of who I have become because it gave me the numbers that I needed to see the progress, and that progress led to growth, and growth is the creator of joy. You have to be happy when you're growing. Sometimes the process is hard, but it's good to embrace it. Like sometimes I'm lost for words because of how wild it turned out. I went on a wild 800-day journey to become a completely different person. And the Y was 100% right there the whole time. I could fall back on it. I knew I could sleep well at night because I gave everything I could every day to better myself. I could never let my leg become an excuse to not do better. The greatest, some of the greatest accomplishments I could have ever hoped for. I became America's strongest disabled man last year. It took me 16 months. That's all it took. And this was where I got to build it. So anyone and everyone who watches this, I hope I spark something in you to do the best you can.
Thank you, Tyler, for sharing your Y story. We are blessed to have you part of our Y family. The Y is an organization that truly cares and truly innovates. Things that used to take months or years to implement now takes days or weeks. We are moving at different speeds to meet our community needs. But as we reflect on how we've helped our community begin to recover and be resilient, we can't help but talk about the hope for 2021. So many people have experienced loss of someone they love, loss of a job, loss of basic necessities, loss of education, and loss of being together. But we all want to rise above the circumstances. Through our annual campaign, we were able to help 8,294 families in our community, providing a multitude of programs and services to support those who need the Y most, then, now, and always. Hope is what matters. Hope is the greatest gift we can give each other and every child, adult, and senior in this community. You can't help but look at a child and see hope. We will be offering 2 new programs this year. The first one is the Y Achievers, which will be a program in partnership with Achieve Brown County Graduation Task Force. It will focus on the pillars of academics, college and career pathways, positive relationships, social, emotional learning, and positive identity. The second new program will be Youth in Government. There never being a more important time for young people to become civically engaged in the social, political environment and process. We are building our future advocates, political leaders, and community change agents through the Youth in Government program. I am sure we have other new programs in this upcoming year that we haven't even thought about yet. Chris shares his story of how the Y has given him hope.
My name is Chris McCarrick, and I'm a Y member, have been so for quite a few years, and I love the Y, and I want to talk to everyone out there about my challenges, how we overcame them, how the Y helped me overcome those challenges. Previously, I weighed 347 pounds. I couldn't feel my feet. My eyes were bad. I had multiple health issues, including diabetes. I ended up changing my ways because, honestly, from food eating correctly, low carbing, which I did through my doctor's orders, but also adding exercise. And as simple as walking a day and also lifting weights, which I believe in, has provided me a weight loss. So I'm down to 207. I want to stay in the 207 range. Try the Y. Why I'm saying that is they have a great staff here. Everyone I've ever met at the Y has been pleasant. They're willing to help me in any capacity, and they can instruct you on things you may feel nervous about, certain lifting weights, or whether that be where do I start? What routine should I start with? They can help you. So please try the Y. The resources are wonderful here, and the people are even more so. I suffer from end-stage renal disease, kidney failure, from diabetes and from hypertension. And the Y has allowed me to finally get on the transplant list at Madison. I am just a normal person that decided to take one day at a time, step at a time, and start moving. That's all I did.
Thank you, Chris, for sharing your Y story. We are honored to be part of your Y journey. Hope is such a simple word, but it means so much as we head into 2021. Together, we have made a difference in 2020, and together we will serve relentlessly to provide a helping hand to those that need us the most. We have hope for a brighter tomorrow. Each of you play an important role in creating that hope with your support of the annual campaign. Our annual campaign allows us to honor the last two words of our mission statement, for all. For the past 150 years, we have honored our commitment to our community by ensuring that our facilities, programs, and services are accessible and affordable to people from all walks of life and at all stages of life. As a campaign volunteer, we are asking that you tell the Y story, share the stories of impact you heard tonight, the Y's response to the pandemic, and the Y need. Share your own Y, which can be your own personal story or your family story, someone you've met at the Y, or a program that you are passionate about. When you ask friends, family, colleagues, and other Y members to invest in the Y with a donation, you're asking them to invest in making our community stronger. Every dollar you raise makes a difference in our community. Every donation you receive is helping change a life and create another Y story. As you heard Sean mention earlier, last year was the first time we had $1 million annual support goal. Thanks to the unwavering support of our members, staff, volunteers, and donors, even with the unexpected pandemic hitting us 6 weeks after we kicked off, we raised $1,083,000 between our annual support campaign and COVID relief donations, which is simply incredible. With an uncertain future, we've changed and adjusted our goal. This year, I challenge up in front of all of you to raise $820,000. Do you think we can do it? I am confident that we can. It might not be easy this year, but what has been easy about the past 11 months? One thing for certain is our community will continue to need us now more than ever. Every dollar given to the annual campaign will make all the difference in the Y's ability to impact our community in meaningful ways now and forever. Our impact together is felt far beyond dollars and cents. It goes all the way to the spirit, mind, and body of our entire community. One child, one family, one relationship at a time. So each of you have an individual goal to help us reach our overall goal. So how can the dollars you raise help? When you raise $100, you can give hope to 3 kids, helping them feel a sense of normalcy as they discover themselves through dance, gymnastics, or youth sports. When you raise $250, you can give hope to 10 youth by providing them the opportunity to be part of our academic enrichment program after school. When you raise $500, you can give hope to a child by sending them to resident camp this summer, where they will gain new skills, explore the outdoors, and have the opportunity to become a leader. When you raise $750, you give hope to 20 children to participate in swim lessons and gain confidence and learn water safety. When you raise $1,500, you give hope to 10 children by sponsoring them for the Y Learning Academy. When you raise $2,500, you give hope to 10 cancer survivors as they feel supported through the 12-week Live Strong at the Y program. So each of you have a campaigner worker envelope. If you don't have it in front of you tonight, it is at the YMCA branch for whoever asked you to become a campaign volunteer. So you can stop in and pick it up. Otherwise, we would be happy to arrange pickup or drop off as well. So when you open up that worker envelope, you're going to find your campaigner workbook. This workbook has a ton of different information in it, but on the bottom, you're going to see greenbayymca.org/campaigner. This is a site we have created, and this year more than ever in this virtual world, it's probably going to be important because on this, you're going to find a lot of resources and tools, a lot of things we talked about tonight, as well as things you can email to your potential donors as well. So let's go ahead and show you that site. Oh, the actual workbook, if you click on that, you're going to actually see everything that you have in there is in there. Any of these documents can be downloaded and saved, so you can email them off. One easy, simple way to raise funds for the annual campaign is to become an online campaigner. So when you click on the bottom of the document, you'll just see that there's a site. It says give.greenbayymca.org campaign 21. That is the site you're going to go to set up your online fundraising page. It is really simple to do. It's a great way to tell the story of what the Y means to you or a program that you're passionate about. And that way you can go ahead and link that to a social media account. You'll be assigned your own individual site that you can also email that link out to your family and friends as well. So simple way. If you have any issues setting that up, just give me a call. It's a quick way to help raise funds. You'll see the 2021 pledge card. So what that is this is a pledge card. You can download and email it out to any of your prospective donors. So that way, maybe if you're giving them a call and they're not sure yet, or if you're sending out an email, you can go ahead and send them this pledge card directly. The 2021 donor letter is anybody who had donated to the 2020 campaign, $25 and up, they would have received this mailing last week. So we were already raising money for the campaign. So if you happen to be missing maybe a donor or prospective donor card in your, check with us. They might have already given to the campaign. So we did pull that out. Everything we talked about tonight in our presentation is the 2020 community response. So if you want to share how the Y has responded during the pandemic, you can go ahead and reference any of those numbers, as well as you can email this document off as well, or if you're meeting with somebody in person, you can print it off. Social media posts. So one of the great ways to engage your family and friends and coworkers is to share why you're campaigning. So we have developed a whole variety of posts about our different programs that can be posted on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So these are ones that you can download, copy, and paste, put your own twist on it if you'd like. The key to having a successful online page is kind of blast, a couple different posts for a week or so, just to get the message and the word out. So there's a lot of social media posts on there. We actually even have sample emails. So if you want to follow up and you scroll down, you're going to see a couple of sample emails. So one sharing why you're a volunteer for the annual campaign. The next one is going to talk a little bit about just asking for support as well. Feel free, if you're passionate about one of the programs you heard tonight, go ahead and edit it and drop it in. And then this one is for a past donor. So if someone gave to you, you can go ahead and put in what they gave last year to ask them to renew their gift or consider increasing it. So there are some sample emails, feel free to use. Our banner opportunity, so anybody that donates $1,500 and up is eligible to have a banner that hangs in one of our branches. And so that is just something in case they're interested in sharing. That is available there as well. And then if they happen to want to give to camp, they are eligible for a canoe paddle. It's called the Voyager level donor. So if they go ahead and click on that, they're eligible to have a paddle at camp for $1,500. There's lots of tools and resources. All the stories that you heard tonight, you're going to see are actually links, so you can actually save the YouTube link and email that off to somebody. There's Y stories on here as well. There's more Connect to Cause program info. So if someone's really passionate about the Live Strong program or really passionate about our 21C program or summer camp, those are all documents that you can actually download and email or print as well. So please, please, please use these tools and resources. There are a ton on there. If you happen to not see something, but you're interested in knowing more information or you need a material, go ahead and send me an email or give me a call, and I can make sure to get that out to you. So please, please, please use our campaigner portal. If you've been a campaign volunteer for us before, you might notice our pledge cards look a little bit different. I'm going to quickly go through them for our veteran campaigners and our new campaigners. So number one is going to be the prospective donor's name. Number two is going to be their address and phone number. So we do ask that you verify all that information. If it is incorrect, right below you'll see new address, new email, and new phone. So you can enter all that information there. Number three is going to be their giving history. So if they've given in the past, it will list their giving history. Sometimes you might see something that says special event. That might have been that they participated or sponsored our golf outing. So their annual campaign gift will always be listed as annual campaign. You might see a zero. A zero doesn't necessarily mean they said no. It might be that we just haven't had the opportunity to ask them yet. And then in number 4, we want to make sure that you are your name is listed there. Maybe someone might not be campaigning for us this year, and so we've given you those cards. So if that's the case, cross off and put your name. You're also, once you secure a gift, that's where you're going to put your total pledge amount. So if someone donates $100 or donates $50, you're going to write the total amount there. Number 5, those couple boxes is the payment options. So if someone wishes to pay in full, you can check. We will go ahead and send an invoice out for their donation. Probably one of the biggest changes I want to mention is the second box where it says, I wish to set up an auto draft for my membership payments. If they're a Y member and they would like to use their membership account on file, you can go ahead and check that, and we will go ahead and process their donation right away to that membership account on file. If you would like to pay by credit card for the payment method, you can go ahead and do that. Often, people do not want to give that information out, over the phone. So if you just switch to I wish to pay in full and put a note, we can go ahead and follow up with that donor. After that, number 6 at the top is after you secure that gift, you can ask them if they know if their company matches gifts. There are a lot of companies in our community that will match up to a certain dollar amount. So if they happen to know that, if you could write the company name there. If we already know if they have a matching gift, it will be located in actually number 8 with a note. So to go back up to number 7, if someone declines to give, go ahead and check that button. If someone does decline to give, if you can ask if we can keep them on the list for next year, maybe the timing just isn't right this year. But if they say no, you're going to want to check remove from mailing list. If someone says, you know what, I really would like some more information, if you go ahead and hit send information, we'll go ahead and send out some more information about the campaign. And when that donation comes in, you'll get credit for it. Number 8 is any notes that we feel might be important for you to have as you're calling that potential donor. Like this one says, a Live Strong at the Y participant. Maybe if they give at our banner level, which is $1,500, it might say banner hanging at West Side or East Side branch. If there's any notes that you think would be important for us to know for next year, go ahead and put that either in number 8 or right where it says suggested follow-up and comments. If you have any questions on the pledge card, recruit the staff member or ask the staff member that recruited you to campaign. Otherwise, on the front of your campaigner envelope, you'll see our development staff's information, so you can send an email or give us a call as well. Keys to success. Make your own pledge first. This is the single most important step to guarantee success. Once you've made your own commitment, you can probably ask others to join you in financially supporting the annual campaign. Take some time to think about why you're volunteering. What does the why mean to you? What are causes that you're passionate about? Today, hopefully you learned a lot about the YMCA. What is one of the things that resonated with you that you'd like to ask others to join you in supporting? Ask your best prospect first. This could be someone that gave last year. You can start by thanking them for supporting the Y last year and letting them know how their donation helped, and ask if you can count on their support again this year. Or ask a potential donor you're most comfortable with. By starting with people who are most likely going to say yes, you will gain confidence for future asks. We encourage you to think of potential new donors, Y members who you work out with, friends, family, coworkers. Make a list of potential new donors and send an email to myself to make sure they aren't already assigned to somebody else in the campaign. I'm going to turn it over to Linda, who has some exciting news to share with all of you tonight.
Hi everyone, it's Linda DeWitt, and I have some really exciting news. This year we're part of Give Big Green Bay, February 16th and 17th from noon to noon. What does that mean for us? Everybody that donates that day on that 24-hour fundraising event will have a portion of their gift matched by the Green Bay Packers Foundation. Green Bay Packers Give Back. This is a very exciting time for us, and we need your help. Number 1, you can give your own gift that day via givebiggreenbay.org. Scroll down, look for the Greater Green Bay YMCA, and give your contribution to the annual campaign. Number 2, help share and spread the word. We'll have many social media posts out there. Please share them out with your friends and family. And number 3, you can encourage and make calls that day. So you can call your contact cards, your prospect cards on that day, and encourage them to give through Give Big Green Bay. Don't forget, February 16th and 17th from noon to noon at givebiggreenbay.org. Thanks for spreading the word, and let's make this the best Give Big Green Bay ever.
Wow, that's some exciting news, Linda. In the centers, there'll be lots of excitement going on February 16th and 17th to create awareness about the big event. Another important date is March 2nd, which is YMCA Day of Giving. We'll be joining Ys around the nation, encouraging communities to give back to their local Y. Feel free to stop in on the 16th and 17th or March 2nd to join in on the activities or make phone calls to your donors. Don't forget you can stop in anytime to make calls from the Y. We also have extra supplies or additional cards if you need them. Our goal is to conclude the campaign by April 2nd, so good luck as you start your S. Please let us know if you need anything, and more importantly, thank you. We will close the kickoff tonight with some heartfelt thank you messages from the community to our staff. The work we've done this past year wouldn't have been possible without the support of all of you. Thank you for your service to the annual campaign and helping our Y remain strong and our community remain even stronger.
Everybody, Bill Jarge here from Action 2 News, and I just want to take this moment to say thank you to the wonderful workers there at the Green Bay Y. You guys made such a big difference. I mean, you hosted Red Cross blood drives, you had virtual fitness classes, you had daycare for essential workers that were so necessary, and you also allowed some homeless people to come in and shower there. So thank you so much for making a difference. My dad always said, leave it better than you found it. In this case, you guys certainly did. Again, thank you.
Dixie Wood, Executive Director for St. John's Homeless Shelter. Just want to hop on here and say thank you to each and every one of you for the support of the YMCA and carrying St. John's Homeless Shelter through the COVID pandemic. You may not be aware, but your facility is opened up to us to allow our homeless guests to be able to take showers throughout the Safer at Home orders. You've continued to serve us in that way. Staff have come in and provided meals. We could not do what we do without the support of the Green Bay YMCA. So on behalf of everybody with St. John's, thank you so much.
Hi everyone, Emily Dean here from Fox 11's morning show, Good Day Wisconsin. I just want to give a huge shout out to all the employees at the Y. You have been through so much and you've stayed strong through it all. So thank you for all that you have done and all that you continue to do.
Hi there, John Kuhn here, and I just wanted to give a big shout out, a big thank you to the Green Bay YMCA staff. What you guys did, not just every year, but specifically in 2020, was pretty fantastic. You talk about child care services for essential workers, some blood drives, even letting the homeless come in and shower. Truly tremendous work this past year, as in every single year. My children and I, my daughters, we love the Daddy-Daughter Camp up there at Camp Lunalaya, and it is something that we are very thankful for, and that's just another one of the great pieces of work that you guys do. So again, thank you so much for all the work you guys have done, and go Pack Go.
Hey everybody, Murphy in the Morning, Katie and Nick from WYXX.
We just wanted to say thank you for all you guys are doing to get us through 2021. Hopefully it'll be way better than 2020, and that's thanks to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you not only for us personally and what you've done for us, but for this entire community.
That's right. Keep pushing, guys.
Keep it going.
Hi, Green Bay Mayor Eric Genrich here. Just wanted to thank you all for everything that you've done to make our community work over these last few months. I know it hasn't been easy, but we've really appreciated it, especially all the support that you've lent to our school kids who are struggling, many of them, to get through a virtual learning environment. So again, just incredibly thankful to everything that the YMCA has done for Greater Green Bay over these last few months. Keep it up and know that you are appreciated.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody at the YMCA for supporting our families and in particular our children during this pandemic. And I really want to thank everybody for inspiring all of us as our community works through these very challenging times.
Yeah, I would echo what Ed said. This has been a challenging year for everybody in the community, and what the Y and the staff there have done is really to be commended. And we're just so thankful for all that you've done, and also appreciative. And just congratulations to everybody associated with the Y for all they've done for us.
Hi everyone, it's Rachel Monick from Fox 11's Good Day Wisconsin, and there's Maggie Lemire. She was just live at the Y on Good Day talking about New Year's resolutions. There's Pete Petoniak, a safe distance away. That's how we've been doing things all year. It's been a tough year for all of us, but we just wanted to say thanks for what you're doing for the community. The Y has been like a home away from home for us over the years. Pete's kids played basketball there. My kids took swimming lessons and dance lessons, and the community counts on you. 2020 is behind us now. It's 2021. The community needs to get moving. They need to move forward, and they're counting on you. So thanks for hanging in there. Best wishes for the new year, and we hope to see you soon.
Goodbye, 2020.
Hello, 2021.
We love the YMCA.